So is everyone either on buzz or...
Yep.
Oh, there it was. Do not disturb. Manual. Okay. All right, welcome back to Flicks and Dicks. I'm Travis.
I'm Mike.
I'm Lisa.
And this week we're doing Sleeping with the Enemy, 1991, directed by Joseph Ruben and written by Nancy Price, screenplay by Ronald Bass, starring... Let's see here. What are we starring?
You got Julia Roberts.
Well, yes, obviously starring Julia Roberts.
Patrick Bergin.
Who's that weirdo? And then we got one more guy at least worth mentioning.
He's a well-known Irish actor there, sir.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right. He just seemed like the creepy guy on Sleeping with the Enemy. And then who plays Ben?
Anderson.
Kevin Anderson.
Kevin Anderson, yeah.
Mr. Anderson.
Mystery.
There's another one to Mr. Anderson.
Is that the link between our movies? What are we doing?
Yeah, it is. Mr. Anderson. Of course, he's going to be spending the whole podcast talking like this and really sultry and soft voice.
I didn't see it as sultry. I saw it as creepy, but all right.
You thought Mr. Anderson was creepy?
Yeah.
I thought he was creepy as fuck. But,
yeah, most definitely.
I was going to say, if that's the bedroom voice, no, thank you.
All right. So we are okay, so let's do the synopsis here real quick. According to IMDb, a young woman fakes her own death in an attempt to escape her nightmarish marriage, but discovers it's impossible to elude her controlling husband. This is based off a novel. Did you guys read the novel?
Nope.
No. I didn't even know the novel existed before the show.
Neither did I.
Cool enough. So let's run down the casting characters here. Well, we're going to start with, obviously, Miss Pretty Woman herself.
Right.
1991, what was she doing at the time?
Well, this was right after Pretty Woman, so
This is right after Pretty Woman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she is the big name in the movie.
I thought it was before.
Oh, dang it. Now, fact check.
Yeah,
All right,
fact check.
keep talking.
All right, so what'd you think of her performance? I thought it was solid. She's playing, it's a kind of a thin script anyway. I mean, it's a very stereotypical, very by-the-numbers thriller.
Very much so. Enjoyable, mind you, but yeah, very much so by the numbers. Julia Roberts, I'm sorry, but I can never get past her smile
You've
long
never
enough
been able to get
see
past
her
her
acting.
smile.
You don't like her smile, huh?
Yeah,
She's got $1 million smile.
She smiles, and that upper lip just spreads and keeps on going. I mean, that upper lip just grows. It's wow.
Do you know what? Some people might think she has a shining smile, a winning smile, a superstar smile.
I think
No need to
she's got
play
a
kiss
super-
ass, guys.
No,
need to
I-
play kiss ass.
I
She's
love
not
it about
here.
her.
That's right. She's probably not listening. Julia, if you're listening, we think you have a wonderful smile.
Okay,
Two of
fact
them.
check.
All right.
I'm correct.
Okay,
Just so you know.
cool. What year was?
Okay, Pretty Woman was 1990. Sleeping with the
Oh.
Enemy was 1991. She did Flatliners in between.
Jesus, she had a hell of a run this time. I mean, let's check our dossier here because she had
Steel Magnolias.
She's working every fucking year, right?
Then
Go for it,
Pretty
Lisa.
Woman, then Flatliners, then Sleeping with the Enemy, then Dying Young, then Hook, then Pelican Brief.
Fuck.
I mean, she really that was up until
And
1993.
I want to say, I mean, she missed 2 years to date. From the time she did Steel Magnolias to date, she missed 2 years. That was it.
No, Steel Magnolias was 89, Pretty Woman was 90, Flatliners was 90, Sleeping with the Enemy was 91, Dying Young was 91, Hook was 91.
You can keep going.
And Pelican Brief was 93. There's your 2-year break in between Hook and
There was
Pelican
a
Brief.
2-year break? I thought there was a 1-year break then, there was a 1-year break later.
No, that up until the early 90s.
If you keep looking through, you're
Yeah.
gonna see bigger gaps in there.
No,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, to date, she hasn't missed. Yeah, we'll keep going, but yeah, check that out. She just keeps going every goddamn year. It's nuts. And then we get to
Patrick Bergin?
God damn it. And you know what? Maybe we shouldn't move on to Patrick Bergin yet. So she had a lot of inconsistent performances in this movie. Like, it was probably all direction, but some of it had to do with. Yes, she's an abused, pained woman, but then there were some moments where she looked like she was genuinely trying to make the best out of this relationship, and a relationship that bad? Why is she doing this whole genuine smile stuff?
I did see.
I know that she'd be turning her head and grimacing. I get that, but she's doing this like really trying to be the dutiful
Well, when you
wife.
faked it for 3 years, it's just like faking an orgasm. I mean, you can do it pretty damn genuinely.
And
so
no one
I
is
am,
the wiser.
I am. I am so okay with her smile. Where when when he's not looking at her, she's not enjoying the moment, and then when he looks at her, bing, she's got the smile. It is. I mean, that it's the same
it
as
seems
faking
like
an orgasm.
every step she takes is going to be wrong.
Okay,
It
but
is wrong.
also,
and
also
so she
take
looks
into
at him.
take into account that she was planning her exit.
Yeah.
She
So
was
she's-
planning her exit,
So-
so she was playing nice, playing what she had been playing for the previous 3 years.
There's some of those shots. He's coming walking out, and she lights up. She's like, "Oh, hi, honey." It's just like, no, maybe that's realistic. But
I
is
think
that
it's.
like,
I think it's
does it play well on screen?
completely realistic.
Oh, totally.
Completely
Totally.
realistic.
All right, so she's a good actress. She's had a great career. She's continued to have a great career, and this was the third movie in a series that just goes on forever for her. So that's a good call on this one. What was right after this one?
Oh,
Fucking Flatliners?
Flatliners, then Dying.
Flatliners.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! No, and you know what? Flatliners is one of my favorite performances out of her. I love that movie. Absolutely love that movie. This is in the vein, and I think I was reading on IMDb. This is in a 1990s series of thrillers of the same type.
Right, it is. Definitely went with the whole. I mean, there was a set script for a horror thriller movie, and they followed it to the T.
And it involved a battered woman and a psycho.
Right.
And this guy is a psycho.
Don't they all?
Yeah, remember that Harrison Ford flick? What was that? What Lies Beneath?
Oh, okay, that was good.
I
I mean,
actually
there was another
couldn't-
like man and a woman, and no budget.
I could not recall, and I'm sitting here watching this going, okay, well, I know that, spoiler alert, I know that he dies in the end, but I didn't remember if this was the one where he crashed down onto a glass table or not. So it was that same whole format where,
They're all blending together.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really...
Which one was the glass table?
I think it was some chick who crashed through a glass table, but it reminded me of the same thing where they're dead, but no, they're alive, and then they come chasing you, and then it's this big
that's
death.
in
And
every-
jump scares for
every movie.
days.
Yeah, that's
Jesus
every fucking
Christ,
movie.
with the jump scares in this movie.
Really?
Every time you turn around, I mean, just some innocuous thing. Well, she's going to turn the corner. She's going to open up the cabinet. She's going to take out a
I guess I
pepper
don't
shaker,
jump for those scenes anymore just because I expect it.
Okay, we are so jumping ahead of ourselves. Let's get back to the cast.
Richard Bergen. How do you
Patrick Bergen.
do? What did I say?
Richard.
Patrick Bergen. How do you
Richard
do?
Bergen. Patrick Bergen, I thought, did very well.
He's one-dimensional.
Oh, that's all he needed to
He
be.
plays that same calm, creepy guy.
This is a strange.
and everything I've seen him
This
in.
is a really strange character. So he is pathologically possessive. He keeps her away from people, and to do what? To what? Just to control her?
To own
this
her.
This is a thing I don't get. I don't get this mentality at all.
Well, I mean, he had to have his house completely clean. Everything was flawless. Down to what people thought of him and thought of her.
That was
It
made evident.
it was
That was made
completely
evident
controlling.
in like the first scene when Julia Roberts is out clamming on Figured Island. By the way, fantastic, beautiful island, North Carolina.
Oh,
great area.
really?
Played in the house that the movie was filmed in while it was being built. Awesome area.
Southeastern geological scholar,
Something like that.
geographical scholar. Sorry, that's not really studying rocks, is it?
We're
But no,
drinking light beer.
she's out clamming, and he comes up behind her, and she can like feel him coming up. You can see it. She's like but she embraces, does the whole kissy thing, and then I got sand on your clothes.
Oh, that's
And-
right. He really turns around. And he's like,
And it's
fucking bitch,
right
put
from the
sand all
beginning-
over my
right
jacket.
from the beginning. He goes, "It's okay. I have time to change." And you can't see the dirt or sand on his suit, but he's brushing it off anyway and insists.
If you're
on
gonna
the
knock a
change.
girl senseless for getting the towels all screwed up, why does she get a pass on getting fucking sand all over his clothes? She should know better.
Because it wasn't
dumb
in the
bitch.
home. It was
was
out,
not in the
like
home.
public could have seen that. Even though they're glass house, everybody could see it anyway.
Do you
so
actually understand the mentality of this fuckhole?
I do. I absolutely
Oh
do.
man, I don't know, Lisa. That's creepy right there.
I don't understand it, but I know that it exists.
Of course, he has the creepy ass mustache, but
I definitely liked him better in the beginning of the film. I thought that he was more true to his character in the beginning than in the end. He completely lost it in the end.
that's what these movies do. You start off with a way a certain person is going to be, and yes, they go off the rails a bit, but they're not going to change their character or their personality. In this movie, he just goes straight up murderer.
I don't understand. I guess I'm lost on that. I don't understand how he changed
People
his personality. He was controlling, as controlling can get. If it was not his way, and you know that was made clear when he beat the shit out of her, when he backhanded her, you know, gave her that massive pimp slap, when she didn't have the towels perfectly placed,
and then kicked her.
And then kicked her,
but not too hard. I mean, you don't want to cause any kind of breaks that you don't want to explain in the hospital.
I just don't know why, if you know you're going to do a formal event, why do you smack somebody in the face?
I know, right? I thought that was the rule.
He didn't
Hands off the face.
Right,
Get her in
she
the face.
got it
He
cut
got
on
her
the
just
side of
above
the
the
head.
temple. It was on the hairline.
Damn,
Right.
he sure knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Hell yeah.
Damn it, he's the worst.
He's perfection. Perfection.
I also understand how he gets all this time off for this pursuit that we're gonna be talking about in the movie. It's crazy. It's actually wackadoo.
Well, he was an investor. He could do that from his mobile.
Just give him enough money and he can do whatever. His mobile. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sure he had a
1991.
suitcase. I'm sure he had a suitcase with a coiled corded phone
with a hand crank
stashed
generator
somewhere.
to get power to that. So, do you guys get a beat on the other movies he's done? Patriot Games.
No.
He was in Patriot Games.
Was he?
Yeah, but I didn't know who the character was in Patriot Games.
Who was he in Patriot Games?
I don't know, Mike. I just said I didn't know.
Oh shit! Yeah, it was Patriot Games.
Moving at the speed of technology.
No, I was thinking of the damned movie with Brad Pitt.
Oh, that was Devil's Own.
Yeah.
Oh man, that might be a stay tuned. I love that movie. Okay. And
Anyway.
then we're not. I mean, in terms of the characters, I mean, we're really only talking about 3 characters. The rest are just extras.
You guys were talking about Patrick or Julia Roberts doing a movie, like 1 or 2 every single freaking year.
And
Look
this guy's done
at
shit.
Patrick Bergen's filmography.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy has never stopped acting.
Oh.
Ever.
Then why can't we name him? Or is he just...
Oh, he's just an actor's actor. Like when we did License to Drive, Richard Mauser. He's done every single thing, and you recognize him, but he's never really been movie star. So.
Yeah, the only one that I can come across that that anybody might recall would be Patriot Games.
I'm actually surprised looking at this cast is that the rest of the cast had names in the script. I just thought they'd be like person who advances the plot number 2 or person who advances the plot number 3.
Yeah.
Person who gives up too much information to someone they probably shouldn't be.
They gave a name to those people?
Yeah, they all have names.
Damn,
it's
now
crazy.
I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, you're looking at these and okay, there's Locke, Julie, Garber. Well, we do have a woman on the bus. We have Edna.
You know
Mrs.
why?
Napier,
You know why they have
Minister.
names? Travis! Because it was a book.
Oh, god damn it, that's right. I keep forgetting that, right. Yeah, we have to stay true to that. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to Kevin, Mr. Anderson.
Creepy. Just creepy.
He was really.
He was supposed to be charming. And he was just
kind
creepy.
of sort of had the bearded baby face look thing going.
The look was right.
Right, but if they were going for the whole, well, once you marry this kind of guy, you're always going to go for that kind of guy.
No shit, right?
That whole apple scene was creepy.
Yeah, I sure do like cobbler.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was waiting
sure
for him
got
to
a lot of apples
beat her
down
for
there.
taking the apples. So.
Give me the goddamn apples. Yeah, I guess this might have been a detail in the book, but the apple tree looked like it was in her yard. She looked like she had fair rights to it. I mean, why is he sitting there going, "Oh, you're taking my apples"? Yeah, that guy. But is his performance okay?
Here, the only so
it was, but it was okay, but it was just creepy through and through.
it was creepy, and what was funny is that I had a problem with his acting skills, and he was the acting teacher.
Which is so fucking common in movies. I noticed this. He said, I went out to... This is so weird that the character is saying this and the actor isn't very good either. I mean, he's an actor. He can do his stuff. But the character is saying, I went to New York, but it didn't pan out, so I came back to be a teacher. Do you know who becomes teachers? People who can't
Really
act.
great
Can't do
people.
it.
Really great
No,
people.
you know who becomes theater teachers? People who tried to go to Hollywood.
They
Trust
know
me.
the art. They know the art. They understand the art, but they just can't pull it off.
And it's okay. You got hockey coaches, same thing like that. You know, they
You've
never.
got
Maybe they never even
investment
played.
brokers. I mean, you know, you can't do it yourself, so you do it.
But you can teach it to somebody
others.
else. Absolutely, just like anything, and it's fine. It's fine. Jesus Christ. But yeah.
Those that can't do, teach.
Oh, what movie was that from?
That was the Alaska movie. With the hockey Alaska. I'm
In
going
Man
to
of
sit
Steel.
here until we get it because it's bullshit. You know, it's funny. I was listening to the earlier
my
podcast.
God. Aussie
and,
actor.
And I wouldn't remember an actor's name, and I'm sitting there listening to the podcast going, "It's this person, you fucking idiot!" And we're gonna feel so stupid
Cannot.
when we get this.
Oh, you know what it was in was that Adam Sandler movie, wasn't it? Where he Mr. Schneebly and all that, and he says to the gym teacher, and he's like, "Those that cannot do, teach." That's where he says it.
School of Rock.
School of Rock.
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
I was referring to Miracle, the movie Miracle. No, god damn it! What's the name of that movie?
the hell
It's
are
this
you
hockey
talking
movie.
about?
And they're all Alaskan. They're playing, and they're challenged to play like this professional team. And there's this rinky-dink. Anyway, fuck it. He says the same line.
It says School of Rock on mine when I type in that, so I don't know what the
Whatever.
hell you're talking
Russell
about.
Crowe
Russell
is the actor.
Damn
I'm
it,
thinking
Russell
of.
Crowe. Yes, he had the same line in that movie where he's like, he's really disappointed that he didn't get the starting position or the forward position, and the wife's like, tons of people coach after they play hockey, and he's like, do you know why? Because they can't play. He says that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
Oh no, it's a really good movie. You guys should check it out. All right, so let's get back to Mr. Anderson. He's got this very soft-spoken, kind of wispy. I'm going to deliver my lines like this all the time.
The whole way through.
Is he vying for creepiness? Like who's first place creepiness against the main fucking Patrick Bergin character?
I think he's just creepy, you know, to the core. So no matter what he does, it just comes across as fucking creepy.
Well, in movies, if you're too nice, you die. I mean, that's just the formula. You're like, oh, she's a sweetheart.
That
she's
guy
dead.
had dead meat written all over him.
No, because he wasn't too nice. He had that ounce of I can kick your ass.
He was
I
nice
can
enough
strangle you.
to get the shit knocked out of him.
Do I want to get caught up in damaged goods here? Because I'm sure heading that direction. Jeez. I mean, she was screaming, I've got issues. And he's like, yeah, well, fuck it, why not? So she is running away, hiding her identity and all this shit to jump right into another relationship.
So we've established that Julia Roberts doesn't have a clue.
She doesn't
or
have a
the
clue.
character anyway doesn't have a clue. Patrick Bergin plays very well the super creepy guy, you know, abusive, controlling son of a bitch, and the Mr. Arnold guy.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Just
He's a stalker dude. I mean, he's just as much a stalker dude.
the actor himself is just creepy.
That guy's got a dark future. You know, he's going to end up doing the same goddamn thing. And he's going to be saying, you know what? I think I like those cans being stacked in a certain way. I wouldn't mind if you did that. Fucking hell.
Well, considering this movie's almost 25 years old, look at his filmography. He might just have played the creepy son of a bitch.
No, because he's doing like Hey Dabba Dabba or Yo Dabba
Yo Gabba
No
Gabba.
doubt, but that's all I saw.
Yeah,
What
that's
the hell
that's
is
his
that?
most. It's a children's show. It's really obnoxious, but yeah,
No,
it's
again, creepy.
it's like along the lines of Teletubby
Creepy.
creepy.
So who's the name in this movie? Because you always have to have a headliner. I think
The
Patrick...
Julia
name-
Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Was she a star at this time?
Yes.
Though? She just done one really big movie. Before that, she
No,
was
Steel
no one.
Magnolias was huge.
It was huge.
And Pretty Woman was huge.
Oh Lord, yeah.
But I thought Pretty Woman was right after this.
No, Pretty Woman was right before this. Listen to me.
All right, I'm listening. All right, are there any other characters worth kind of going over here?
I think that the blind mother
Oh, the
did,
mom.
she did a good job.
Yeah. It's really hard to watch blind people play blind sometimes because they're doing that whole Little House on the Prairie Mary thing where they're just staring off at the distance and you're like, get over it with that shit. But no, I think she did a really good job.
Yeah, the
I
only
actually
thing
love-
worth mentioning, I guess, that I did not like is, the whole like where she's walking into the bathroom and he walks into the room and she's coming out of the bathroom. Well, the mom knows that she's still there. And she goes into the bathroom to wash her hands or get pills or whatever, and then when she hears the door, she's like, Jane? Well, why would it be Jane? Your daughter was just standing in your room.
Because her daughter went out the other door.
And yet, this is a perfect time, and I think this is a different scene, but it's a perfect time to accept being fed carrots by some fucking asshole who walks into your room. Did anyone else's skin crawl on that shit? It's like, why are you being fed by this guy?
Well, you would just
who's
have a
not
major
nurse?
problem with people feeding other people. You can like,
Well, in general,
you're freaking
yes.
capable. Pick up your own damn
Think
food.
about it. This guy says he's a cop, and he's like, "Here, have some carrots," and I'm like, "You can fucking get out of my room right now. Are you crazy? I'm not being fed by you."
But she was
just thinking about it right
She was
now.
an innocent little old lady.
Sick.
Innocent
man.
little old lady.
Like I said,
the
we lose
heebie-jeebies
it at
just
the
thinking about
end.
it.
The beginning was great. So
All
let's
right, so
dive
let's
into
get
it.
the movie.
Let's go through the blow by blow. All right. So we open up on a fantastic house. Holy shit! I would kill for this house. This is
Figure-Eight
great.
Island, beautiful area, off the coast of North Carolina.
Isolated. You can beat your wife whenever you want.
Well,
But-
yeah.
Here's a weird thing. For a guy who doesn't like to be seen by other people, and it's like, you were standing out there and humiliating me or this and that, they sure have a lot of goddamn windows.
No.
They're sure
He
changing and having
he wants
sex
to
in
be
front of-
seen. He wants to be seen. He just wants to be seen as perfect.
on his terms. On his
Yes.
terms, right? Okay.
Yes.
So they are getting naked, having sex right in front of God and all creation in this house made of windows.
Right. So how dare somebody think that his wife was beautiful?
This is
Okay.
hilarious.
On that beach in those houses, you can only see in the windows if you're actually out on the beach making an effort to stare in through the windows.
You always you always contribute these incredibly valid points.
Not so valid, but
Like he said, is
yeah.
that your wife who's always looking out? Who I see looking out at me, the guy who has the boat.
He didn't say
Yeah.
looking out at me. Patrick Bergen's character, Mr. Bernie, interpreted it as that when he went back to go, smack the shit out. Oh yeah, that's right. He smacked her down for looking out the window.
Yeah, for looking out the window.
at the neighbor doctor.
Yeah, and
guy,
he assumed
not the
that
towels.
he had been in the house. If I tell somebody you've got a nice house and they're pointing at it, never in my million years did I think you've been inside my house.
You were inside my house. So Julie Roberts is like, is it even fucking worth arguing over? No, he wasn't in the fucking house, but who cares? You're not going to believe me.
I'm
Here.
surprised the one character trait from somebody who's used to being beaten, she sure does kind of step up to him a lot and try to stand her ground a lot and get her way. If you know a beating is coming, wouldn't you just be like, yes sir, yes sir, or,
Just whatever it takes,
something,
yeah.
yeah, honey, whatever you want, that's fine. Or would you try to test those boundaries when you know that you're going to start to plan your escape? Wouldn't you be more
Sometimes-
agreeable to whatever they want?
If you're planning your escape, you don't want anything to look out of the ordinary. There are times when even a beating won't stop you. You're still going to push the buttons. You're still going to do what you can just to piss that person off.
Just for a little semblance of control or whatever.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, we get to this party and all that. Before I get into that though, I really want to preface this entire podcast, this entire episode with this movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. It's pretty flimsy when they defend the fact that she can't just go to the cops and just get a divorce and just leave. Why can't she do this?
Because
and you're going to say because he threatened her life or
No,
something like that?
no. She
Okay.
did. She did go to the cops, and they said that she could get a restraining order against
Yeah.
them. So she did go to the cops at one point.
Has he given any semblance that he's a murderer at this point, or just that he just beats his wife? I mean, people lead abusive husbands all the time. Why couldn't she just leave? I don't understand that. They go to such extremes to. I mean, we're talking like Black Ops, CIA, secret squirrel shit here levels. And it's like, why couldn't she just leave? I didn't think there was enough there to justify this whole cloak and dagger she was doing with getting out of the situation.
Have you never spoken to somebody who has been in an abusive relationship?
Yeah, I have. It's just, and they make excuses and all that, but she's not making any excuses for this guy. None. All she's doing is thinking about her escape.
Because she's
from
not
the
allowed to have any
situation.
friends. If she had her girlfriends around her, they would be like, "Oh, honey, you need to leave him." But no, she just had herself.
Well, she took the time to go to the YWCA and
I was
learn how
going
to
to say,
swim.
she also had the YWCA.
Holy shit.
But he
He thought she was working at the library those 3 days a week.
She's spying and lying and all that stuff. It's like, if she's taking those kinds of risks, why not just...
maybe she didn't want to endanger the lives of anybody else. This was her issue that she was dealing with.
The whole movie depends on it being in an impossible situation. I don't think they set up enough to justify that impossible situation to get out.
I do have to agree, there was not enough built up about him.
Yeah, maybe that's
You
a
know,
novel thing. It gets
give-
lost from the novel to the
Give
movie.
one
I
past
completely
experience.
got it. I completely got it.
I did as well. But it's, looking at it from, the story did not give enough.
I didn't think so either. I really didn't. I thought it was really flimsy.
If they would have given, they did reference, briefly her, or alluded to her being beaten for going off to her mother's funeral.
Right.
But that wasn't you tried to do this, in the past, and, I beat you within an inch of your life.
Oh, no, Mike.
Do it
Mike,
again,
they
and-
quarreled. He
did,
mentioned
he
that
did,
like
he
3
did
times in the
say
movie.
that,
It's like, do you want to quarrel
Okay,
with me
here's-
right now? Oh, God, fuck you.
Guys, no, they set this up perfectly, and they showed every single angle of where he was so controlling, even down to where it was her mother's funeral, and he's like, "I would have gone with you," and right there, that triggered me. I was like, why couldn't she have just gone? No, she had to be escorted by her husband to go do this if she wanted to go do something. So, no, they laid out every single area.
So she
of
took the
control.
risk, she took the beating to get her mom out of the...
Yes.
To get her mom out of the nursing home, put her into another one, and tell him that she's dead.
Right,
that her
but
mom is
the
dead.
strange area was with her working at the library. As controlling as he is, he I can't believe that he didn't have a hand
Tabs
in
on her?
going to the library to make
Yeah.
sure she was actually where she said she was going.
Yeah, I thought, you know what, I've known a lot less psychos that would keep tabs on their significant other, quote unquote.
Okay.
To see what
Some
they were
good
doing with
friends
it.
of ours have GPS set up on their phones so
Fucking
that they
A, right,
know where
man.
each other, happens to be at any given
And
time.
we're living in a time before GPS and tracking all that shit. Yeah, you're totally following them and you're totally keeping tabs on them.
Yeah, I say bullshit to all that bahoogie. No, when I get out of the house, I'm gone.
You don't even want to do the whole iPhone, hey, track your friends thing?
No,
Yeah, that is a little bit weird, right?
it's completely weird.
I saw when that feature first came out on the iPhone. It's like, hey, let your friends know where you are. And it's like,
Do you know how many times I've been
know.
tempted to hey, I see that my friend is at this bar. We should go to this place tonight in case we might run into it. I haven't seen them in 20 years.
Yeah.
No, that's stalking people.
My buddy at work and I tried it once, and I knew where he was coming because we were going to meet at dinner, and I was watching my phone, and I'm sitting there going, this is wrong. This is wrong.
It
I
is
should
wrong.
not be doing this.
If you guys are out there tracking your loved ones, I'm sorry, it's wrong. Unless they are out skiing or out hiking in the wilderness, there's areas where
Oh, yeah, that's
Where-
totally different.
yeah, track them. But other than that, no. You don't need to see that she went to the grocery store. You don't need to see that she went
All
to
right.
her friend's house. Stop it.
Sometimes you do.
I don't know if you're going to win this one, Mike. There's no good way to explain this.
There's no chance that I'm gonna win it. Especially when I bring in, playing video games. And the buddy of mine that he and his wife both have it set up on their phones. We're playing, this one video game that we play often.
That both-
and
that the wives hate.
I get in trouble for
That all
often.
wives hate.
No, his wife is actually okay with it.
So keep going.
Just,
Tell
yeah,
what
and-
he does.
In any event, he'll tell us how much time he's got left on the game based on the proximity of his wife.
Damn.
Gosh, so he's got to shut off completely by the time she comes home.
Fucking, this is a crazy
She
world we
must
live in,
love
isn't
the
it?
video game and be completely
waits,
supportive.
he waits for her to come into the house, but he's closing things up so that as she's coming in saying hi, he's shutting it down. But he's okay. She's currently at this grocery store, and okay. According to the GPS, it is 8 minutes away. And so I've got about 15 minutes, because you got to incorporate checkout time and everything.
Yeah, totally.
You're right. You're not going to win.
Jesus Christ, man. We're broadcasting from the zoo here. Cat won't shut the fuck up. Shut up, Cat. We're doing something here.
Oh, they're doing something there too. They're underneath our car, and
God.
there's 2 of them.
So we're going to be hearing this for
They're
the
getting
whole
ready to
episode.
go at it.
So how does this movie compare to, like, you got like a more modern, I don't remember when Enough came out with Booty Girl. What's her? Jennifer Lopez? J-Lo, as it were.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
so you got a
one. Same
movie-
deal, controlling husband, beat
Same,
the shit out of her.
same deal, yeah. But this is like a completely different angle. The woman's like, fuck all this. I'm going to get ripped. I'm going to beat this ever-loving fucking snot out of this
Yeah.
guy. But this movie's like, I'm just going to get away from him because...
But she's also in another movie where she is traveling with her son, getting away from the abusive
Man.
so-and-so. And
Was this
and
the
she's
90s?
like wearing a wig and everything. I just
Julia Roberts?
saw it. No,
J-Lo.
Oh,
Jennifer
J-Lo.
Lopez. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not calling her J-Lo.
Don't do it. I
Fuck
can't
all
believe
that.
you actually did that.
Well,
that
Yeah, I
was
know.
weird.
I did. I just said that.
I always forget, Jennifer, but I remember J-Lo because it was all over everything.
Oh,
but
God,
I never
yeah.
remember her actual name. So, that's saying
God,
a
you
lot
can
right
keep
there.
that
So
shit.
there's a formula.
Yeah.
Either, the woman is crazy with the other woman who's sleeping with her
I
man,
want to see
or
the movie where it's the dude trying to get away from the
Totally.
crazy
Why
bitch.
don't we have that yet?
I want
you
to see
know?
the movie where the dude's trying to get away
This
from
is
the
a
crazy
world in
bitch.
which that movie could be made now. Okay?
Especially right now.
All right, we are really closing the gap between gender roles and everything nowadays. You know what? Sometimes I think that, and then somebody tells me that,
People are tracking
there's
your
still
phone?
Stepford Wives situations going on today, which is fucking weird. But yeah, it still happens. But yeah, in terms of popular culture, modern cinema, I think it's ready. I think it's like, this girl's scaring the shit out of me and I need to defend myself. I need to beat the ever-loving fuck in self-defense, a woman on screen. Let's see, look, Hollywood, do that. I want to see that. I dare you. I triple dog dare you.
She's a woman. She's a lady until if the bitch is coming at you with a baseball bat, all bets are off. All bets
You
are
say
off.
that, Mike. You
Not
If
say
I came
that.
at you with a baseball bat, you would
You just
either run
run.
or you'd grab the baseball bat and be like, "What the fuck?"
Ah!
Number one, I would not run from you if I saw you coming out with a baseball bat. I'd probably laugh at first, until you got the first like 3 or 4 swings in.
All right, we'll try it when we get home.
Okay, once I'm bleeding profusely, then it might sink in. Oh shit, this bitch is crazy.
So Psycho Dude and Julia
Then I'll knock
Roberts.
you out.
Psycho Dude and Julia Roberts are at a party, and Patrick Burns is feeling a little randy, right? So he's like, ready to go, because
Oh my God.
it's time. I'm ready to roll. Let's get down to some fucking.
Controlling
Wow.
motherfucker.
Sure.
Controlling
yeah.
motherfucker. That,
so he's
that
going
he
to set the
was.
mood
Yeah.
by playing "Dream of Witch's Sabbath," which is the 5th movement of a Symphonie Fantastique, which is, by all accounts, a great mood setter. Who picks
yeah.
this?
Somebody who's controlling and like maybe it's empowering. Dum, dum, dum.
Honey, I want to show you my love.
Nothing gets me in the mood more so.
God damn, does that get you hard? Fuck. I'm like, why are they putting this song on?
You asking me that kind of got me a little
Oh,
randy.
yeah. I mean,
But no, no.
pants are getting tight on this episode, too.
Great. I'll get my baseball bat.
So she's doing the most awful thing I hate seeing in movies. I remember seeing this in Tough Turf, also, where, oh my God, she's a Real Housewife. I forgot her name though. Real long hair.
Are you
You
what?
watch that shit?
Bethany
Of course, I'm not
or-
watching that show. I just happen to know she's on it. I knew it from another podcast. But
That's
anyway,
the only one I
this-
can name. I have
This
no
whole
idea.
pained look, I was like, oh god, I can't believe it. I'm just counting the ceiling tiles. And this is over. You know, that's so. I hate
Just to
watching
make a needed point here, I have never seen a single episode of any of that crap.
it.
that
Sometimes
filth,
you're just
that
walking
trash.
past the TV, Mike, and it's on.
I
What can you
don't
do?
hear it. Ask Lisa. I do not hear it.
Sometimes I go downstairs
Hey,
and
Mike,
The Bachelor's on.
how'd The Bachelor end?
Huh? Yeah, Mike. How'd The Bachelor end?
Are you talking about that car insurance commercial? Because that's about all I got.
So here's a weird thing with the movie. It's rated R.
Yeah.
For what?
For forcing sexual whatever on somebody.
That's a PG-13 nowadays.
There's murder.
Nope. You can get 4 in the chest and it's on TV.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't show boobs. They don't show
No,
butt.
they don't show anything. They say fuck twice. And I know at the time one fuck was okay. You were always allowed of one fuck in the 90s.
Yeah.
But they do say fuck twice.
Now-
So you're gonna risk an R rating for 2 fucks? Why not just cut it out?
In the '90s, they hadn't made that distinction
Are
yet.
you sure?
It wasn't.
When did
until
She's
the-
All That come out? Because that was the whole you're allowed one fuck.
It wasn't until the 2000s where they discovered that an R rating potentially meant less box office
Because I was looking
money.
at the IMDb, you know, they say it's rated R for this reason, for that reason. We're talking about, they were quoting stressful situations and implied sex, and I'm like sitting there going, what? Why is this not rated PG-13?
In the 80s
Shit,
and the 90s,
that
they
is to be
didn't
rated
care.
PG.
As far as what was in it making it rated R, I don't know. But in the 80s and 90s, they didn't give a shit about an R rating. Whereas now they do, because
Oh my god.
statistically, you get more money off of a PG-13
Star Trek,
flick
this
than an
guy,
R.
Star Trek, this guy fucking snaps his girl's leg in 2 by
Yeah.
stomping on it.
Yeah.
And that movie ain't, that movie rated PG-13?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's PG-13 because...
So it's got sex and nudity, violence
What's
and
that
gore,
nudity? What
profanity. You know,
They show Julia Roberts
No.
in a nighty, and
They show his ass.
it says no other.
They show his ass.
Yeah, they
show
do
Patrick
show
Bergen's
bare
ass.
Yeah,
butt.
yeah, yeah.
Yep, briefly. Yep.
Very briefly.
but you can see ass on
Anywhere.
cable television.
Not even cable, network television.
Yeah.
You can kind of see a little bit of the little happy crack going on. you know?
Now they do.
Yeah.
Now they do.
Yeah.
So this is a big fucking difference from what is rated R in 1991 versus what's rated R now.
They probably just wanted, it didn't hurt them at the box office
Oh
at
hell
all.
no! This movie made a fuck ton of money. Great.
Oh
movie.
my god, yeah, go over those numbers, Mike.
It was 19 million in costs, and it grossed box office 100 and shit. What was it? $1,799,000.
To make.
No. The girl.
$1,799,005 is what it grossed.
What? No.
No, sorry.
Way more.
No,
One
than that.
hundred and
It was
No, no.
100.
Yeah, it's
Shit.
crazy. It's this huge spread. They made a shitload off this money, or this movie.
Yeah, 19 million to make, and it was like over 100 million or something.
No, these guys did well. And you got basically 2 principals in this movie. You know they're making out like a bandit.
No, they made a killing
No,
on
that's
this movie.
that's awesome. That's an ideal situation. It's a relatively low budget movie, very few principal characters. The settings are easy as fuck. You can do it in small town permits, all that. Oh my god. No, this movie must have just raked it in. Which is great in my mind.
Great.
Julia Roberts' plan for getting on the boat. I love it.
All right, sorry. It made
Oh.
it was the budget was 19 million. Box office was $174,999,005.
Oh, even more than what we thought.
That's 1990s money. That's,
Well, yeah,
that's
I said a
fantastic.
million, which I knew was way the fuck off. I couldn't remember what it was, but 174 million. It was $175 million, and it was 19 million in the budget.
Wicked. No, that's
So
great.
yeah, they
And
made
total
a
kudos
fuck
to the
ton
movie. No,
on
that's
that
great.
movie.
I love so kind of moving on here. Let's we're getting to the plot. We're coming up on our first plot point where she's obviously going to execute her plan for getting the fuck out of there. And I love how Julia Roberts' plan for getting on the boat All right, it's like she's trying to stay, so she provokes a fight, but she knows that he knows that she's going to provoke a fight. So she's trying to do that from a power standpoint. He gets more out of her going into the boat, so he won't beat her, which she knows. It's like this triple cross. It's awesome. It's like, I know that you know that I know,
But hang on,
I know.
Hang on. He planned the boat trip for the three of
She
them.
was just waiting for that shit.
He planned the boat trip for the three of them that morning.
And she's like, oh, no. And he's like, if I didn't know better, I think that you were starting to start a quarrel here.
Oh, yes.
That's
Quarrel.
And then she's like, no, I'm not trying to start a quarrel here.
But it was
because
after
she gets that
he
little
got back
attitude.
from talking with that doctor guy who owned the sailboat, saying, hey, we should go on the boat, whatever. The guys, coincidentally, conveniently, had a trip planned for that evening. He still went back to the house and laid her ass out that day.
That day.
That same
that's
day.
right, yeah.
So it wasn't, her looking at, oh, well, I can get away with this because he's not going to beat me, because he knocked her the fuck down, like, hard.
No, I don't think that was part of her plan. I think she rolled with it.
No,
she
totally,
rolled with that punch,
totally.
but
And
no.
she rolled quite nicely.
Yeah. God. I don't want any misunderstandings about domestic violence here.
Oh, God, no.
I've never hit a woman, so yeah, fuck all that.
Does your sister count?
What?
He hit me with a loaf of bread growing up.
Yeah, and she
Growing
kicked,
up, we
and
were
she kicked
married.
me in the balls, and yes, because we were siblings, and that's what we do.
We were married for 2 years when he hit you with the loaf of bread. Not growing up. I guess we were.
We were really
we
young.
were. All right, so growing up, I'll concede that.
This also demonstrates a large degree of patience, because if the mainsail and all that hadn't cut and loose from the jib, I'm totally fucking around. I have no idea about boats, but these are just words I've heard, and I don't even know if they're right.
The mainsail.
Wouldn't that be awesome if you were right?
I totally, yeah. Hey, write into flicksanddicks@gmail.com. Let us know if I was right, or if I used that in proper
Because the
context.
mainsail cut loose from the jib.
The fucking sheet that pushes the boat got loose from the big pole thingy that
So
sticks
who did
out.
he turn to when he said, I thought the weather was supposed to be calm? I mean, did he say that to...
He said
She
it
said to
to
the
the
guy.
doctor guy.
So it's like, doctor guy's like, hey, you want to fucking button it up and just help me? Because you may beat your wife, which I'm pretty sure you do, but I'm not taking your shit, because you're just another fucking guy to me.
He told him what to do, and he jumped to it.
Yeah, he totally jumped to it.
Yeah, he did.
I guess I just, on this scene, I wanted a better plan of, she went down and she had a conversation with the guy who owns the boat, and she loosened something,
More like
and
she was orchestrating
she's the
it,
one
right?
that gave the weather report.
Yeah.
I
you know?
think it was an unspoken kind of thing. I'm probably way off. I never read the book. Didn't know the book existed until today. I like to believe that he was in cahoots with her. He knew what was going on and said, fuck yeah, I'll help you out.
Oh, I love it. The boat
That's
guy's in
what I
cahoots with
think.
her.
We think that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, no. She knew him from the YWCA because he's working administration or something like that. So they get together and they say, "I got access to all this cash. I'll get you some cash. You rent a boat and you strike up a conversation." That's what happened.
You know
That's
what?
what fucking happened
you took
right
that
there.
a couple steps further. I figured, the little meeting and the whatever came to fruition because she was staring at him from the house down on the beach, and then she went down to talk to him because she did go to the beach frequently.
That's right.
Now I gotta read the book.
Oh no
Fuck
shit,
that.
right?
I'm not.
So they're having this
Words.
conversation on the beach,
Words.
right? And the guy's like, you know what? If you can't say anything, blink twice to let me know you're in trouble. And she says, blink, blink, and then he
Okay,
says,
Mr. Anderson.
Okay, Mr. Anderson.
You guys are jumping way ahead. All right. So, thank God she's got an amazing arm with that rock to the light. Wham!
Wham! First shot. Oh, hey, you know what? It's not very safe to break glass on the beach.
'Cause
That's why
somebody's
I don't
gonna
walk.
step on
That's
that
right.
shit.
That's why I don't walk around barefoot.
Oh, and a few scenes later, Mr. Bernie stepped on the glass.
Which also doesn't make sense, but we'll get to that. All right.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
Anybody who is that much of a clean freak is not going to go out and about without shoes on. I'm just sorry. They're
Why
not.
would he
They're,
walk-
That's just a
Okay.
character trait, right? You're
It's
just
a
not
character
gonna,
trait.
Yeah, you're not going to do that.
no.
So why would he be living on the beach in the first fucking place? Because it's sand.
Was he walking?
Well, it's the
Blowing
best. It's the
sand.
best,
Was he walking around without shoes on when he went to go talk to the guy with the boat? No.
No.
No, he had his members only jacket and everything, you know, because he's a member.
Right.
Yeah, no. So she plots this escape. She jumps overboard and goes swimming for the shore and all that. And I think we mentioned it briefly, but she knocks out the lights on the shore so that she can see where to go.
Yes.
Great. She goes in. She gets her bug out bag with all of her money in it and everything like that, and she cuts her hair. All right, guys, why are we cutting our hair there? Okay.
Why are we
can't
dropping our ring
Oh my
there?
God.
Just throw the ring into the fucking beach or into the
everybody
ocean.
in the theater. I don't remember this shit. Everyone in the theater's like, why the fuck did she throw the ring in the toilet? It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No,
Why are you
it doesn't.
cutting your hair in the house? We do this Richard Kimball style, and we
But
go to a
she
gas
did-
station.
She did clean up. Oh yeah, that would have been cool. They should
Of
have
course,
gone to the
if
gas
she's
station.
supposed to go to the gas station, do her hair dye, all
You're
that.
on the fucking beach. Why would you cut your hair in
Why
the
was
house?
the bag in the house? It should have been like stashed in the shrubs along the
It
beach.
was just on the top shelf in the closet with the guy with that much
No.
OCD. You think he's not going to catch
It
that?
wasn't in the closet. The way the ceiling worked in the house, I'm sure
Those
you've seen
recessed
before.
light things.
There was like a bit of a landing up at the ceiling,
Right.
where then the ceiling went up past that, and that's where she kept it.
So she's on the bus.
It wasn't in the closet. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't in the closet.
It was a major flaw.
Huge flaw. And I can't believe that this is her kind of. She's rushed, she's stressed, so she's not thinking properly. No, she's had a lot of time to think about this. The movie's trying to establish her as this really smart, well thought out, empowered woman, at least at that point. How can you be empowered, though, if you're putting up with this shit all the time? Okay,
So-
maybe I'm a dick. Yes,
You
yes.
cannot
weather
speak
was-
on that subject anymore.
Oh, we got rules now. We got rules
got
on this
rules.
podcast.
If the weather was supposed to be perfect, was she just planning on flinging herself overboard? Oh my!
I wondered
No,
about
and
that.
She's
down she
planning on a
goes.
storm. She's planning on a boat, and she's planning on
But that
him
brings
to want to
up-
go on that boat.
That brings up the whole bit of her being in cahoots with the doctor guy.
Can you imagine if it was a calm day and she just splashes
That's
into the
what
water?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit, honey, you fell overboard. You dumb,
No, I'm
you
swimming.
dumbass.
I'm swimming away. Shush.
No, no.
That's what I'm getting at because no one
splash,
they never showed her watching the weather or anything this
That's
evening.
fucking awesome.
So really, what was she just supposed to, oh my, she just kind of, oops, and falls overboard. What was the plan?
that's why you're
Because
trying to. That's why you're trying to hold your breath and swim under the water. You don't know where it could be.
It has to be in the book and something that was just overlooked in the movie. It has to be in the
She's
book.
planning on a storm, but she's planning on a nasty storm,
Yes.
and she's planning on a boat being in that storm at the right place.
But here's the thing, I completely support the whole read the book, watch the movie, but if the movie does not provide enough details without having read the book, then I don't think they did a good enough job in the movie.
They're different mediums, guys, and this is the
If
thing
you
that a
want
lot
the
of.
book, stay your ass home and read the book. If you want to go see a movie just for the sake of going to see a movie, that's great. Go see the movie.
But if you're
don't
feeling
compare the
like,
two.
God, there's so many holes. Why are there so many holes?
Oh, there's so many movies
Oh,
that where I watch the
yeah.
movie, I'm like, I'm fucking reading this book. Count of Monte Cristo, see episode number 2. Count of Monte Cristo, that was a perfect example. I watched the movie and I'm like, I gotta read that fucking book. The book was disappointing, but
I
all
watched Game of Thrones.
Oh, did you?
I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 1 and it was like, holy shit, I have to read this book.
Nice.
And I've read all the books and now I'm just waiting, hopefully before Mr. Martin dies, the next book will make its way out. Anyway,
I'm so glad I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm so glad.
dude, just watch your Bachelor and your, what was it?
The Bachelor's on when I walk
Real
past the TV, Mike, I
Housewives
told
of
you.
Something, Real Housewives of something.
I make one reference, okay? Is this gonna haunt me for the rest of my life?
Whatever, America's Next Top Model. Not to be a shameless plug or
All
anything
right.
there, but yeah.
America's Next Top Model. All right, fuck it. I'm just going to say it, all right? This is an editorial right in the middle of our podcast. America's Next Top Model joins the ranks of Top Chef, all that stuff, where you have a reality show where you are actually molding, teaching, and training people how to be better citizens and contribute to society. They are doing a skill. They are going to contribute to the economy. And fuck you for not saying that.
Booty tooches are so important in this world. You just gotta do it.
If anybody
Booty
else
what?
can say booty tooch.
What the hell's? Oh, okay, let's get back.
This
to the
really
movie.
sucks because I do know what she's talking about.
You just sit there and smize, Travis. Just smize.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, I
So-
have no clue what the fuck you guys are talking about, but please, let's get back to the movie.
So
Wow.
Julia Roberts gets on the bus. What's her first order of business? Let's blab her whole situation to a perfect
No
stranger.
shit. No. Because she was
She
a
wasn't
woman.
talking about
She was-
herself. She was telling her.
No,
story.
she exercised restraint for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then she's like, "Fuck it."
It was
Let me just
me.
tell her everything.
I'm the one-armed man.
It was like a 2-day trip. It was a big.
You guys ever rode the fucking bus? Have you ever ridden a bus
Yes.
cross country?
Yes.
Oh, that fucking
It
sucks.
sucks.
Denver to Oregon.
You've done that?
Yes.
Greyhound.
Yeah, I went to Utah. You can keep it. You
Yeah.
can keep it. You're spending what, $50-$80? You tell me you can't scrape up another $30 to find a cheap flight to that destination?
No, we really couldn't.
Shut up.
We really couldn't. Just saying, we really couldn't. But
That's the weird thing about buses. They're
final
so
straw-
close to the cost of a plane ticket. Why the fuck
The
would you take a
final
bus?
straw was when I sat down in the seat and I looked over and I saw white residue all over the arm of the bus seat. And right next to the white residue, there was a razor blade. And I was like, oh shit. All right, I'm done.
Buses
I'm
are
done.
gross. They're so gross.
If I'm walking downtown, I expect that, but not riding the fucking bus.
Oh, yeah. No, bus is the worst. So she's heading off to obscure
Iowa.
anywhere USA.
Iowa.
Iowa. All right. And why is she going to Iowa? Because that's where her
Because
mother.
that's where she sent her mother.
That's where she relocated her mother. That's right. All
Just
right.
outside Cedar Falls.
All right. So she is going to go ahead and escape this oppressive and abusive relationship, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into another one.
Completely.
Totally
Yeah.
jump. First order of business. Let's find another man.
I need another man.
Yeah.
I got no time for this. Especially
was-
guys like, I like pie. I like
Well, if
pie.
we stick with the typical, a woman is going to choose the same thing over and over and over again, then it's not so wacky. She tried to keep her own. She tried to be independent. She tried to do all that, but he caught her
Yeah,
eye.
but less than a week
What?
later. Less than a week later. I understand she's trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. I get that. But less than a week later, she's jumping into yet another relationship.
I know.
Like right into another one.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is kind of pushy.
With one of the creepiest motherfuckers I've
He's
seen.
totally pushy. He's like, I don't even fucking know you. That's not your name. I called you and you didn't answer. She's like, well, I must have not heard you. Okay, right there, ladies and gentlemen, fellas, if you're out there, do not ever pursue it if the girl's like, I must not have heard you. Get it? Okay? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because this is what I'm telling you. I'm not interested.
Okay, but that's somebody saying, hey, I texted you. Did you not get my text?
Well, because I'm pretty sure you got your text. Because if I didn't get you, if
But
you didn't get my
everybody
text,
uses that
my
excuse.
things
Oh
would
my
have
gosh,
said
I
that I
didn't
didn't get your
see
text.
it.
I didn't see it. God damn it! It's the easiest out. Everyone knows that's
On
the easiest
that
out.
note,
I think I just
have
told you that
experienced
yesterday.
this. Oh yeah, you do that all the time.
Yeah,
And
but I
know
truly
you're full of
did- I
shit.
didn't
I know
hear
you're
it.
full of shit. It's okay though.
It's not that I didn't see it.
I
I
still love you. I know
accept
you're
your
full of
bullshit
shit.
I just
as a
didn't hear
function
it.
of our marriage.
Almost 20 years. As Travis said, I accept your bullshit. I love you anyway, in spite of. But
Okay,
no.
I saw your first one. I didn't see the second one. Okay.
Oh, the truth comes out. We'll talk later.
Man, just keep talking, Lisa. Just keep talking.
Just make sure you have that baseball bat.
That's right.
Yes.
Because Andrew will say, "Hey, why did you text me?" I'm like, "I did," and then we'll be in bed later at night, and she'll say, "Oh,
And all of a
there
sudden
it
you
is."
hear ding, and
Ding.
it's like, hey, there I am.
Yeah, but if I'm yelling, Joe, and you're like, what the fuck? That's not my name. And so you don't respond.
Well, there are people around and whatnot. We're in Anywhere USA.
For as loud as you were shouting that, I was waiting for one of Travis's neighbors to come by and be like, yeah, what?
I would love for a neighbor to be like, "What are you doing out there? Shut the fuck up."
Drinking cheap beer and discussing old movies.
So she's settling down in her life in this fantastic house.
Why would she
That was a
choose a
great
place
house.
that she's spending $700 a month? How much money? There was a
So
little roll of money.
I thought that was. Yeah, how much money can you have in that roll of money?
It had to have been like origami and tightly rolled. Because
this isn't even an inch thick. It's half an inch thick full of $100 bills, right?
Right.
It's got to be $100 bills.
yeah.
The fact that you guys put that much thought into
You
how
really
much she
didn't
had
think about
in the
that when
cash.
That's
he
all
said that it
she's
was
got.
$700
That's
a month?
it.
And
No,
then she didn't
all I
have a
could
driver's
all I
license.
could
She
think
didn't have all
was,
that.
how is she going to afford this place working at the library? Even in '91,
This place is
librarians
amazing.
didn't get paid shit.
Yeah, $700 a month. Now, maybe in Denver you can find a place for $700 a month, but
You
that's-
can,
it's
yeah.
fucking small.
Right.
Even in the suburbs, I mean, it's fucking small. Now, in 1991, $700. I don't care if it is Podunk Town, USA. I mean, that's a lot.
East Coast, it is hella cheap compared to cost of living here.
But is it in
Oh, wait,
Iowa?
they're
Well,
Iowa.
I mean, then you gotta like throw in New York and
They're in Iowa.
You just eat your words.
I don't
for a
know
second
who the
there.
fuck lives in Iowa.
I don't know anybody in Iowa. I can't.
I can't.
God,
compare
I
that
guess
to
I can pull
anything.
numbers.
Okay.
It was I felt that it was too much money for the little roll of cash that she had.
house.
Again, if we're going back to The Fugitive, he's finding a sensible place in a Russian's basement. They're Russian, right? I mean, yeah, they're Russian. Okay. So it's like,
check.
that makes sense because he's only got so many resources. And that's all the money he got from this guy's pocket change from a car driving past him. But,
She really should have been living in the room above the library in her situation.
oh, totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her getting a house was, I thought that was.
Let's get the biggest house in the block. It had to have been.
Right.
But she shelled out $2,100 to stay in the house. So out of that cash wad,
Cashwad. You figuring 2,100?
well, because she said it was $700 a month, and then it was
Plus,
first
yeah,
and
first and
last.
month. Yeah, first and last. Yeah.
So $2,100 outright.
Holy shit! And then
All
she's
right.
like,
So, all
okay.
right. I worked at a bank, and I do remember the stack that was 10,000.
Yeah, that's
and it
right.
was,
There we go.
It was thin. It was thin.
It was then
Yeah.
of $2,100.
No, for 10,000.
For 10,000, it's thin?
It's thin.
That totally reminds me of that movie Dodgeball, where he's like, I don't think you've ever really seen $1 million in person, and then he opens it up and it's just this stack of bills, which is hilarious.
So now it makes me wonder all those movies.
Now we got to do dodgeball.
Yeah, totally.
All those movies where they have the big fat roll. Damn, that must have been a lot of money. I really never thought about this.
I'm thinking that's a bunch of 20s with 100 or
I
after
think
out.
it's
That's what I'm
probably-
thinking. Yeah.
That's how I'd roll.
A bunch of ones. With some 20s and possibly 100.
Do they make less than ones? So Patrick Bergman is busy at work and gets a phone call from someone at the YWCA for no reason. And she's expressing her condolences. And then this is another situation where she just doesn't let it go. She's like, no, you're wrong.
Okay, but, all right, so here's a flaw. Why does she know where he works?
Oh yeah, getting a number is not as easy in 1991 as it is today. It's like, so she just called him up, did some probably pretty good detective work, and then proceeds to argue with him about the conditions in which his wife died.
You could still dial the operator then, and the operator would, because I've done this a few times. Trying to find a friend's phone number. I knew the name, I knew about where they lived, and the operator would give me their phone number.
Oh yeah, you've done your sheriff stalking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We
We all
all have.
have.
My nearest neighbor was like 5 cornfields away.
So
I
this-
didn't want to make that trek and not have him be there.
So this lady says Julia Roberts went to the YWCA. Patrick Bergman says, no, she didn't. That's what you say. Well, I must be mistaken.
And you call it
My
good.
condolences. See you later. That's
But
what you
it
say.
went on.
It
for
just
like
kept going
5
on.
minutes.
You don't argue with a loved one about the particulars of a loved one's details. You say sorry and hang up the fucking phone.
Well, this is awkward. I've got to go.
We all know that common sense is not common. But how long do you press that issue before, like you said, you just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I must have the wrong fucking number."
Do you know what? That's cool, man. It's your life and it's your loss. So yeah, see you later.
But it would have made this really short movie. It wasn't that long. It was less than 2 hours. What, an hour and a half, hour 45, something like that.
It was. I thought the link was good.
I thought
It
the length
would-
was great.
Yeah.
If they would have cut the conversation at, "Oh, I'm sorry, I must have the wrong phone
That
number."
that's where it should have cut, and that should have put that seed into his head to do some fact checking to see. Go to the library. Say,
It's like, why did she
"Hey,
think something
did my
different?"
wife work
Yeah.
here?"
It
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
made the movie end rather abruptly. No climax, whatever. Nothing. You're like, oh, end scene, and roll credits. It would have been the end.
I love this little extra dig this lady gives because in my mind, this lady knows that all the bruises she got. No, that's why she says she got all those bruises from gymnastics. Gymnastics. Like I always thought she was kind of giving him. It's like you beat her, you motherfucker. I know you beat
That's
her.
right up there with I walked into the door.
Oh, I fell off the fence. I
Or
fell down the stairs.
I fell down
When
the
I
stairs.
look at Julia Roberts, I think she must be a gymnast.
Absolutely.
She's totally got.
Of course she's a gymnast. I mean, she's fucking, 28 years old. Why isn't she a gymnast?
Right.
She's
Practicing
doing
and still
barrel
getting
bars.
bruises.
She's tumbling.
Obviously,
yeah, of course.
and it's made evident by that lip that just swells when she smiles.
My
It's like
God,
flexing
get
an
over
arm.
her
It's
mouth.
like you flex that bicep. It's like look at the guns. She just smiles, and that upper lip is her gun.
There was
It just
only one
grows.
area in this movie that I had a problem with: her mouth.
Oh, okay. All right, detail, Liz.
Now this is later. We're going to get into this, but during the whole I swear it's a Pretty Woman scene where she's changing and changing and changing and changing. I just saw Pretty Woman all over.
Ball, ball,
Oh,
ball,
totally.
ball, ball.
But her
Totally.
tongue is hanging out of her mouth the whole
Pretty
time.
woman,
Hey,
walking down
yeah,
the
look at me, my
street.
tongue hanging
Pretty
out.
woman.
That is the only movie that I've ever seen her tongue doing tongue thing. I don't know what she was doing.
Her tongue doing the
We're
tongue
back
thing.
to the tongue things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last movie we
Corey
reviewed was all
Haim,
about.
yeah.
I'm gonna
And
stick my
Mr.
tongue out my
Anderson.
mouth.
Mr. Anderson.
All right, so
So, yeah, she does do the montage.
So
but
again,
that was
listeners,
obligatory
keep
90s
your
montage.
tongue in your face.
Okay, back to, and I know we're kind of backing up a little bit, but back to the ring in the toilet, okay?
Wow, you're really backing up.
Just a little bit, because that's the whole reason, because we're doing this going back and forth with, she's starting her new life, and he's the detective, picking up the trail and all this shit. And I'm not buying the ring in the toilet bit.
okay.
What? Because nobody's flushed the toilet.
Nobody's
in the last
flushed
2
the fucking
weeks?
toilet. Does a ring stay on there? Has he ever taken a piss in his own house in that toilet?
Unless he
Has he ever looked down
if
at his
you
dick
did-
and looked just past and saw a ring sitting in the toilet?
But he did have the drapes and stuff put over the.
Thank you for
Yeah,
pointing out what
what
I had
was that
pointed
all
out
about?
to you.
He had the
He
drapes over the
wasn't-
furniture. It's our summer home.
He wasn't. Clean.
It's a summer home?
I don't think
I
that
thought
was
that
ever
was their
established.
house.
I don't think the fact that it was a summer home was ever established. It was just okay. She did the cleaning. That's not what he does. He's the man. He goes off to work and brings home the bacon. He doesn't clean. That's woman's work.
But when the ring was in the toilet, maybe he was so distraught over his wife dying that he moved out of the
Hey.
house and didn't take a piss before moving.
What do you really think that's the only bathroom in the house?
Yeah, this house has 4 bathrooms.
Okay, easy.
So it's just the house. It's just the bathroom that she uses.
One of two things. It was either the bathroom that she used, and he was so distraught and grief-stricken that he just never went back in there, or their plumbing was just that fucking just atrocious that the ring just sat there in the toilet.
But that's
at
right-
Flush after flush
That's
after
right
flush.
after he goes walking on the beach barefoot, steps on the glass. This is from Julia Roberts throwing the rocks at the place so she can find her way
Okay,
back.
that right there. Okay, that establishes the fact that he had not been in there because he went through searching through everything of hers.
Oh, everything. He turned the
in the
house upside
bathroom.
down. Yeah. He assumes she's dead up until this conversation with the woman from the YWCA.
Right.
Fucking pushing and pushing and pushing and saying, no, I'm pretty sure, I'm
No,
pretty
sir,
sure she's...
that was your
no,
wife.
that was your wife.
that you didn't beat.
She
had
swam and
bruises
did
from
gymnastics.
gymnastics.
She was amazing. She jumped out of planes. She did all these extracurricular activities as a very suppressed woman. Fucking hell. So he hires a PI. And we know we're not supposed to sympathize with this PI because he has 3 guns on the wall.
I sympathize with the man. That was 10 grand in his pocket.
He's
And
like,
another
top of the
10
fees.
grand.
what kind of
for
prick
bringing her
takes
back.
a job where it's like, I need to find my wife? Dude, she doesn't want to be found, okay? You know this. I know this.
I think a
Money
PI
talks.
would do that.
You think so?
Yeah,
You
I
think,
do.
you think there's a job a PI won't take?
I don't know. I
don't
can't.
know.
I really can't
Go
speak
back
to
to
that.
the wizard. Go back to the wizard.
That guy was willing to do anything.
This is also a cartoon. He was a cartoon. I hate you.
But hey, I know that kid.
I know him. I know. Okay.
All right.
That's the only thing that
Hey,
made me
make sure
feel
you check
good
out
about.
our podcast on the Wizard at Flicks and Dicks on iTunes or YouTube.
That's the
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. That's the only thing that made me feel good about the PI. With him finding where the grandmother was. You know, he didn't just find her. He hired somebody, and he didn't need the PI after that. It was like, cool, thanks for finding her. But I know that they didn't say that or establish that. But
he
really,
hung
that's
out
the only
for
reason.
Days in the nursing home, and everybody felt sympathy for him.
Because he's manipulative.
He's feeding all sorts of carrots to weird, strange women, and they're just fine with that.
They ate it up. They gave him
But
every
you know what,
ounce
Julia
of information
Roberts,
that he asked for.
the character Laura, she made it real clear in the beginning that she loved her first moments with him, and those back in the beginning, things were wonderful. So yeah, of course he's charming. He's not going to start off by beating and abusing you and being controlling. I mean, well, controlling, yes. He's manipulative.
Let's just
He got
get
his
something
way.
clear, though. This is not Stockholm Syndrome. This is not. Stockholm Syndrome is you are sympathizing with the person that's keeping you captive. She is not. She's trying to
True.
get out. Okay?
True.
So
Right.
this is not Stockholm
No,
Syndrome.
no.
So don't even pull that
But
shit.
it's not wacky for him to be able to manipulate people within the nursing home to get information about her because he is a manipulative person.
So you're going to accept a carrot from a fork just from anybody, huh? Gross. That was so gross.
Travis,
So,
when you get old, I'm going to feed you.
I'll be like, where's Andrew at? I don't want to take a fork. I don't want to take a carrot from you. This is gross. Yes, that's what it was.
Actually,
It was just-
I think I'm gonna hire people to feed you. It's gonna be fun.
Only thing worse than that is the sound of people chewing. Foley work. People chewing on screen. You can keep it. That's disgusting. Don't chew your gum. Don't chew. Don't slurp. Don't do any of that stuff.
That's like
you have
Three
someone in
Girls
the
Don't
sound
Fart.
room
I mean, come
squishing
on.
Jello to make sure that this sounds just right. It's like this is disgusting. So we're jumping back to Julia Roberts' life because she's like, okay, I'm in this life while he's looking for her. She's going through the house and she's getting creeped out by weird things and all that. So she sees the cans and she's like, fuck all this. I'm not stacking the cans. I'm gonna knock him over and all that. And then we get a jump scare of him pounding on the door like a bitch. Why would you pound on somebody's door like that? Just all of a sudden you walk up, it's like, I'm going to spend some great time with Julia Roberts. Boom, 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 boom. Why are you pounding on my door, you
I'm sorry.
asshole?
Apparently, I was like one that had flashbacks to Friday. why are you pounding the door like that? Smokey? I thought she was the goddamn police.
Even in Boys in the Hood, the guy gets in his car, it's like, why are you slamming my door like a bitch? So we do this whole montage to woo Julia Roberts, which I get, but during the dancing scene, he looks like he's trying to tear Julia Roberts apart.
Right.
She's being thrown around like a rag doll.
And all I could think was, the guy saying, I taught you how to dance. And I had to think about it. Okay, he didn't teach her how to do the jive or anything like that. Like, he taught her how to classical dance. I get it now, but it made me go, wait, what?
Guys, you got to check this out. You can totally YouTube it. He's throwing her around like she's a piece of meat.
But she
It's
knew
like-
the steps. She knew the steps. She went along.
Okay,
I
all right.
have danced with somebody like
Okay,
that.
I was just gonna say we were dancers, okay?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you got to do when you're doing like the jitterbug and all that stuff? You give resistance to those arm movements so that you can have
She
the semblance
did
of
not.
control.
Right. She
Her
did
arms are
not.
going to be ripped out of her sockets.
But I danced with a guy at a wedding who was like, come on out and dance floor. And he was just, I thought my arms were going to be ripped off. There was no resistance I could give. I was like, holy shit. And that's just what it reminded me of. It cracked me up.
That dance was.
Sandra Bullock and Hope Floats is the same way.
Oh, was that Hook Floats? Same type of you're just tearing her around.
Okay. That's a movie that when it came out, I was like, oh, look, shit floats. I've never seen
That's
it.
the only thing I think of with that. Shit
I've
floats.
never seen it.
Well, it's a pile
Well,
of shit.
it is.
All right.
I don't even know if I could recommend that.
Oh, Julia Roberts in the one with Kurt Russell.
Julie Roberts, Kurt Russell.
Shit floats with Sandra
No,
Bullock.
no. I'm thinking of the other Julia Roberts one where she's like, the other guy's like, I gotta go talk to a horse about a man.
Shit.
No, I know you know that one, huh?
I've
but
heard the
Pelican
quote.
Brief.
No, it's.
For all you wondering, who's the voice in the corner?
I was
That's
gonna say,
my
the
wife.
voice in the background is Travis's wife.
She's our
Welcome to the
studio
show,
audience.
Applause, please.
The man on the couch.
I'm looking, I'm
It'll
looking,
come
I'm
to you, hon.
looking.
It always does, yes. All right, so Patrick Berman's talking to a candy striper, and the family doesn't approve of the relationship and won't take his calls. So he's talking to this candy striper. Says, "The family hates me, and they don't want to have anything to do with me. But I need to find her." Candy striper's like, "Right.
Well, okay.
This totally makes sense."
I will help you, sir.
Is this charming to some women? This kind of approach?
Again,
because he's sitting there with his creepy mustache.
Again, if it wasn't charming in the movie, it would have made for a very abrupt ending because he never would have found her.
Once those words are spoken, you're like, "I'm sorry, you're a freak and I can't help you. Because I'm a professional who works in a nursing home and I can't just give out this information to anybody who's like, the family doesn't want anything to do with me."
But they're just silly women. They don't understand.
Silence. Sorry, our studio audience walked away with the laugh track for that one.
So he basically tells her, "If you see anything, please call me," which they do.
No, they didn't even have to call him because he never left.
It was on his way out the door that they were like,
She's
wait.
coming back to the nursing home in disguise with a weird mustache to go see her mom. And they're doing this whole, they're just passing by, and we've got this really low angle of him drinking water out of a drinking fountain, which I will never need to see again. If I didn't watch this movie again because of that shot right there of him going, meow, meow, meow.
You have issues, sir. You have issues.
It's just masticating. Anything has to do with the mouth, and a really tight close-up, a really high detail of sound has to do with the mouth.
That aside, he's
You guys
right
ever notice
behind her
that
at the fountain.
kissing scenes in movies? Same thing.
Oh, and they're all like forcing their tongues down each other's throats. And
That's
it's like,
Foley
okay,
work. That just doesn't happen.
That doesn't work like that, but okay. But no, so he's right behind her at the water fountain. Right behind him at the water fountain. Doesn't, neither recognizes or realizes, that they're right next to one another. She goes out, and 10, 15 seconds goes by. "Oh, Mr. Bernie."
She's like calling him down. She's like sitting there going, stop, come back.
She's not had a visitor in X amount of time, but she just had a visitor today.
Just today.
15 seconds later, he goes out the door behind Julia Roberts / incognito
She
dude,
vanished
whatever.
into thin air.
And she's fucking quick.
Well,
She's
she was
gone.
probably
She
parked
was
right out
gone.
there, right out front in the circular drive, and just went zoop, gone.
And that pretty kick-ass Mustang, too. That's a nice guy who just lets you take that. I thought it'd be like a 67 Mustang or something. It's a 289, I know that.
It was a nice Mustang.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he goes out the door and he's looking everywhere. The camera's panning this way and that. And you don't, not only do you not see her in front in the car, but you don't see her down any stretch of the road.
She pulled a little Shawshank Redemption. She up and vanished like a fart in the wind. I love that line. That's my favorite line in the whole movie. He comes in, "Oh, it's a miracle." Man up and vanished like a fart in the wind. God, classic. Fucking love it. So we're getting towards the end of the movie, right? And so they're still doing a little sexy, still getting into an established relationship, which seems
Getting
like the last
more
thing.
relaxed, more public. They're at
A
the
lot more
carnival.
With
They're
the creepy drama teacher guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
So she still thinks she's in
creepy
danger.
drama
And she's
teacher.
well into this relationship. So she says she needs 20 minutes to go freshen up. So
And she takes a
she
fucking
takes a
bath.
bubble bath. Damn
Yeah,
it, Mike,
why?
you beat me to it.
Why? Okay, well, let's back that up just a little bit. Because before that happened, he had threatened the life of the other drama teacher. Can you remind?
Oh, that's right. Let's
Oh,
rewind
the
a little
gay
bit.
guy.
Well, sure.
The 90s have something against being gay.
No,
that's for sure.
don't say well sure. I mean, it was.
Oh, yeah.
They
that's
made
right.
a point.
They made a point. He said, "It's my husband. I'm sorry," or "my partner. I live with a man."
I live with another
No,
man.
you don't understand. I couldn't possibly be the guy because I'm gay.
You can ask anybody.
Couldn't possibly be
did
this
he-
guy who's interested in your wife because I'm gay.
Who did
And
he
the
hear
guy's
that
like,
from again? Where it was the
Shit,
theater
you're
drama
right.
teacher? Who told him that bit of information?
"Oh, it's her fucking mom."
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
He teaches
He
drama.
teaches drama
So he
at
goes
the
to his college
university.
campus, and even the gay guy is like, "There must be a half a dozen drama teachers here. Why me?"
But the mom gave out not just hints of her location. Oh, well, I know that she is seeing the drama teacher outside or at the college
It was
in Cedar
innocent.
Falls.
In
It was
Cedar
innocent.
Falls,
I mean,
yeah.
she did mention that to her. It was innocent.
So who are the
she's trying
three
to protect her
helpful
daughter.
people in this movie? We have
Mom.
the YWCA,
Oh, yeah,
the
YWCA.
mom, and the Candy
Mom,
Striper. They're all
yes.
very helpful.
Everybody in the nursing home. So yeah, it was.
Can you picture it like a musical where you had a little boy going, "She went that way,
Wait, I
he
went this way." Oh, anytime to bust out Peace Dragon. Well done, Lisa.
So
Peace
it
Dragon's
was-
an awesome
It was
fucking movie, by the way.
YWCA lady. It was mom. It was everyone in the nursing home.
Yeah, a nursing home, pretty sensitive area to be giving
Yeah.
out information.
Yeah.
I guess that was before HIPAA.
Right, of
yeah.
course.
Yeah, you can't just go saying that. So she needs 20 minutes to freshen up.
It
Let's
takes
run
all
down
that.
what she does in 20 minutes, okay? That's 5 minutes to draw the water, about 10 minutes to do any kind of bath, cleaning, and at least 15 minutes to get dressed again, assuming she knows what she's going to wear.
She's not just jumping and taking a quick whore bath. I mean, she's lounging.
She's
for
lounging, yeah,
Right.
she's got a
She's-
feet up,
Whore
she's
baths
like,
are
oh,
for
yeah.
I'm
sinks,
surprised she
not
didn't
bathtubs.
shave her legs.
Yeah, it's like, we're
wash
going to
her
have a little
hair.
sexy time.
Oh wait, she
Right.
didn't shave her legs?
No.
I misremembering here, but
her
I
hair
totally
wet?
recall her. No.
Her hair was wet and then it was
Wait,
dry.
was it? Oh,
Yes,
she
that's-
did throw
it's a
towel
club.
on. Yep.
Yeah.
But we just
No,
couldn't have that
I
awesome
totally remember her
scene.
shaving her legs, but I guess she didn't.
So, yeah, we couldn't have that awesome boom, boom, boom. I'm in the bathroom. This is a movie shot, movie poster shot. Yeah.
Does Julia Roberts have a bathroom, like a bathtub scene in every movie she's in?
Damn, good question.
Notting Hill.
She
Pretty
did
Woman?
not.
Shut up. That's right. She was in the bathroom at Notting Hill. She was in the bathtub at Pretty Woman. She's in a bathtub, and this is just a thing that's in her contract. She's contractually obligated to be in the
What was
bathtub.
the-
Well,
not showing
I'm so
anything.
short. When I sit in the
No, no.
bathtub, it's,
No,
you
you don't
can't
show
see
anything.
me. So you take a
You
tall
see her
person and you
legs,
put her in the
if anything.
bathtub.
What
It's
was
good.
the Ocean's 11 sequel?
Ocean's 12.
Was it Ocean's 12? What?
There's Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13.
Oh, there was a third. Oh shit.
Mike, they're
That's
making
right.
it easy for you, okay?
Is there going to be a 14?
I'm sure.
But no, she was in one of those. Was it 12 or 13?
She was in
or
both.
something?
She was in all of them.
Was she? Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of pivotal to the plot.
She was in one of the sequels as Julia Roberts.
Nope.
Yep.
Fuck. No, that's
Yep.
right. They did a little tongue-in-cheek thing.
Thank
where
you.
they're like,
She
"Oh,
was
do
in
you know
it
who
as
you are?"
herself, but I don't recall. I could be wrong, but I don't recall a
saying.
bathtub scene in the Ocean's 55, whatever.
So we're fucking into it, right? we're into it. This is where, fifth movement starts going again, and
I just don't know why when she put on the music and it played that, why didn't she like shut it off and rip it out?
Dude,
like
I'd have heard that first fucking note, and I'd have
didn't
either
play
been
while she was in the bathroom.
I would
She
have either
put
been in
the
the fetal
tape
position
in.
in tears,
Oh, yeah.
or I'd have been freaking out, beating the shit out of the tape
she didn't
deck.
put the tape in. She just pressed play.
she handled herself quite well considering the circumstances.
It must show that she's getting over it and she's
My
moving
ass!
on.
It took her. What is
Or
this
she
like?
thinks she's going nuts.
No, this has to be like 2 weeks later at most.
Oh, good question.
At
What is
most?
the timeline on this? It's like, how far into this relationship and her new life
Okay,
is she into?
you know that every time you have sex, you're hearing that bong,
Boom,
bong,
boom.
bong. I'd have been shitting myself right there.
So how
But no,
far
she walks
into this
away,
new
and it
life?
took her 30 seconds before she's like, "Oh my god, that's his song."
How far into this new life is she?
I think in like 2 weeks.
No way.
It couldn't have been more than that.
Well, it couldn't have been to
Montages
pay the next
imply
month's rent because
quite
she
a-
works at a library, so she's
She's
only
gotten
had
a
enough
job.
for the
She's
one.
gotten a house. She's been able to plot out this whole thing going back to the nursing home.
She got the house the first night there.
And homeboy Stevie's starting to get pissed off. He's like, "I thought we knew each other. I thought we knew each other."
And that was like
You
day
do that
2.
2 weeks?
That was day 2.
That was day 2. It's like, dude, you need to back the fuck off.
It's
like-
something.
So,
All right.
so we're leading up, and
I actually liked that when she opened up the cupboards, it wasn't all organized at first.
That was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
Were you waiting for the cabinet doors to shut, and then her to be like, "Oh
And then
wait,
him
did I
be,
miss
like,
something?"
standing right there?
And then she opens up the
Opens up
doors
again.
like immediately. And
That would have
poof,
been
they're all
bullshit. That would have been bullshit. Good choice not to do that.
So they had two choices. They could do the whole it's not organized, but she shuts the cupboard and there he's standing there right face to face with her.
Oh, good one. No. real
Or they do the whole
That would have been
boom,
obvious.
everything is organized.
good. So
Okay.
she's starting to see that he's obviously in the fucking house, and then it's not another jump scare, which they've already had 5 or 6 of them, which is bullshit. But he
Just
comes
because
walking.
you scare easily, Travis.
Yes. All right. Fine. It's good. It's like I'm even watching the movie, going, "They're gonna do a jump scare here. Here it comes. It's not. No. It's not. No. It's not. No. It's not. Ah! Fucking hell!" So he comes creeping up behind her. She knows he's behind her. All that stuff. Great. I mean, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. I'm getting the chills. This is fantastic. Knock on the door. Her boyfriend's there, and she's doing this whole blink twice if there's a problem. He gets the message, and then he turns around.
With those kind of drapes, I don't know if you've ever lived in a house with those
You
kind
can
of drapes.
see through those
If the
fucking
light is on
drapes.
inside and
You
the light
can
is
see
not
through
on
the fucking
outside,
drapes.
you can see through the drapes. Folks,
Yes.
just so you know, if ever you're trying to hide somebody with a gun to them, you can see through the drapes.
So it
Good
wasn't.
advice, Lisa. Thanks a lot.
for all you future stalkers out there. But no, it wasn't, his, catching on to her, blink once, blink twice, whatever deal. He could totally fucking see, dude, Patrick Bergen, Mr. Bernie, standing on the other side of the fucking door. There's no way that he missed that.
So dude jumps through the door, hero style, and immediately gets knocked down. Immediately gets knocked
Immediately
down.
gets smacked down like a bitch.
But this is still telling that this is still a woman's empowerment movie, which is so weird because again, when you compare it to Enough, it's still she's still flailing around like the helpless victim. She's totally the helpless victim throughout the whole movie. But this is a 90s version of a women's empowerment movie, which is strange. So he immediately gets knocked the fuck out, and her only way out of this is knee him in the crotch, which is what you do, and the gun goes flying. She picks it up and says the best line of a lot of movies that I've seen in that
Wait, which one?
situation.
Which tells him
Really?
to hold still?
No.
Or don't. What does she say to him?
Come quickly! I just shot an intruder.
Yes, so
This
it
is
was,
fantastic.
No, hang on. I love that
Oh my
line.
God, that line's
I love
great.
that fucking line. But we were still, a little bit before this. So I wasn't sure where you were going.
No,
but yeah,
the guy
she-
jumps through
she's-
the door.
She's on the
It's
phone with
before
911.
she kills him that she says, "Come quickly, I
Yeah.
just shot an intruder."
Yes, but it was after dude got knocked the fuck down or out.
This is a classic
He got knocked
line.
the fuck out, and then they wrestle around a little bit more. He's still doing his little thing. They wrestle. He throws her to a table, and then she scrambles, grabs the gun, says, "Oh well, you're not gonna do that. It's
Just
not.
pull the
It's
trigger.
not.
Just
It's
pull the
not
trigger."
you or whatever the fuck it was." He said.
I do like that she told him, "Come here, come closer." Okay, that's close enough.
Close enough.
God damn it, that was good.
Close
I
enough.
missed
Yeah.
that. No, that
Close
was really
enough.
good.
No,
Because she was
fantastic.
shaky and she missed. She actually fired at him, and he's like, "Holy
Twice.
shit, you
Well,
fired at
no,
me!"
she
and
fired at him because she
She
was
fired
still
twice.
scrambling to get her footing, and then she fired at him like it was immediate. And he's like, "Holy shit, you
no,
missed!"
No, rewatch it. She wasn't scrambling to get her.
She was scrambling.
No, her hands were shaking.
No, sir. She
when
was
she
standing
shot
there
him.
shaking, and he took a couple steps and said, "You're not going to do it." And then she fired, not once but twice.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all.
Rewatch it.
She was scrambling to get her footing, fired, and that's what stopped him. And he's like, "Oh God, yeah, she's getting serious here."
No, because it was after that where he goes, "You're not going to do it." He kept.
Maybe he thought she
reiterated
missed
to
on
her.
purpose.
He reiterated
Maybe
to her,
our
"You're not
audience
going
is
to do it."
supposed to
No,
think-
no. I think she missed. Because
You
she
think
just
she missed on purpose? There's no way.
No. I think she just missed.
And she missed. Her hands were shaking.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No,
No.
Travis.
She bullseyes Ford in the chest right after that.
It's the only reason you have me here. I'm right.
I'll accept that, but we're going to get. Please, we're going to get emails. Come on, we still haven't gotten emails, but I'm getting to the point where I might be begging.
We have
but
gotten emails.
yeah. My account was set up,
on your new account.
and I got new Twitter followers. That's awesome. But she says this line, and I remember being kids. We talked about this line at school.
Oh,
This
hell,
is-
everybody
This
did.
is such a fantastic line. I just shot an intruder, and his face reaction is just like,
It's the wait, what?
Wait, you said it's like looking like he's a smart guy, and he's still trying to process that line. Like
It took him a
she
second
said she
to
just
process it.
said it in the present tense. No, I'm sorry, the past tense. Like she just shot an intruder.
It was that look of wait, what?
And then she sticks 3 right in his heart, which is awesome. Bam, 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 and he's just dead.
I thought it was 2.
It was 2.
No, it's 3.
She shot him the third
Guys,
time after.
come
she
on.
shot him the third time
I got
after.
notes on this shit.
Therefore, you must be right. It's like I found it on the internet. Therefore, it must be true.
I
course it's
wondered.
true.
I wondered how it was going to end. If it was going to be a, you see the police lights rolling up, or if it was going to be you see her walking down the beach, all secure by herself, back to her old house area. Like how was it going to end?
No,
Because
she's
everybody-
cradling the punk ass who got pistol whipped
Everybody
right before that.
grew
Right.
to love the little creepy bitch that got knocked the fuck out as soon as he came through the door.
You know what?
I was happy
That's
with
what
the
he
ending.
gets, okay? Just back off a little bit. Give her a space. She's obviously damaged. Quit it with
Okay,
that.
not to date myself here, but it could have been fucking Andre the Giant on the other side of that
Not
fucking
to
door.
date yourself.
And he charged through like he was gonna do something. Yes, creepy. Got it. Good. Sold.
All right. So
He got knocked the fuck out like immediately.
immediately he was out for the count. And you know what? Part of me is sitting there going, you know what? He's in an intensely scary situation with this psycho. I'm thinking he was playing dead. I think he
Well,
regained
with all of the
consciousness.
acting experience that he has, I'm sure he was like, okay, this is how you take a hit, and this is how you get knocked the fuck out.
I got knocked the fuck out.
All right. All that being said, would I have been the dumbass to charge through the door?
Yeah.
Yes, I would have.
Well, of course, any one of us. Yeah, absolutely. any one
And
of us.
again, that being said, that probably would have been my bitch ass laid out unconscious on the floor.
Of course, any one of us. Any one of us. Yeah, absolutely.
If anybody that you know answers the door, just opening it just a crack,
With the chain. It was chain.
going, yep, I'm just fine. I'm just,
Just fine now. Thank you so much.
They are not fine.
I don't know.
Of course,
I
they're
think,
not fine.
I honestly believe that anymore, most people would be like, okay, she's good. And then they'll wait until they're in the quiet confines, the safety of their home before they decide.
I'll be like, let me just text her real quick.
Maybe I should call 911. God, I don't want to impose.
Do you know how much time that takes out of your day when you call the police? I mean, like, there's paperwork.
Lisa, I don't know how much time that takes out of my day. You obviously know how much time that takes out of your day.
Have children.
Jesus. Totally, right? All right, so we're basically rolling credits after that. Guys, would you recommend this movie or what? Let's go around the horn here.
I would.
Why would you recommend it?
Okay, again, with a few of my movie recommendations, it might be purely nostalgic reasons,
I'm thinking the same thing.
but it
Is it funny to have nostalgic reasons when there's no really known actors in it except for Julia Roberts?
Oh, I knew who Patrick Bergen was when I saw
I had
the
no
movie.
idea who that was.
I saw him. It was I think it was a made-for-TV movie. He played Robin Hood.
Exactly.
He played. I saw him in Robin.
I saw the credits on IMDb, Robin Hood, and I'm like, that ain't. I'd kill for you. I'd die for you.
I guess the
You
whole
walk the
reason
wire.
to watch it is because
Walk the wire.
there's lines in it that are referenced all the time, and when you have when you reference a movie so many times, you're like, oh my
Come
god,
quickly!
you haven't seen
I've just
that?
shot an intruder.
Right?
That was really it.
No way. There's got to be something.
No, there were.
more.
That's the only line where people are like, "Come quickly! I just shot an intruder." I mean, that's the only one I can even remember quoting.
That really is the only
just awesome
scene in the
line, I love
movie where yes, people referenced that, quoted that and hell, even to this day.
Maybe
so
it's not
for
quoting. Maybe
decades.
it's like, oh, I'm having trouble in my marriage. Oh, like sleeping with the enemy.
It's a
You
weak
know?
recommend for me only because, yeah, it's Julia Roberts. We know she can do a good job, but I don't know if this movie offers that much in the way of like, oh, this really defined the period. It's just another '90s thriller.
It's a thin movie. It really a thin
yeah.
story.
It's not a strong recommend. It's a recommend. I think you should see it. I think it's important. to
So
see
you're
it.
recommending it.
anytime someone mentions Sleeping with the Enemy, I go back to my childhood. I played in the house when it was being built. So a couple years before the movie was filmed.
It puts you in a time and place.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Yes.
and nobody
Do you know-
would say. I mean, we wouldn't be doing this podcast if we didn't feel like, man, you should see that movie. Because clearly we said, oh my gosh, you know what? We should do Sleeping with
That's
the
a good
Enemy.
point.
I don't
That's a good
know.
point.
Count of Monte Cristo. I don't think anybody should watch it. I thought
I
it was a big
still
pile
love
of
that
shit.
movie. No.
I like the story. The movie, not so
But
much.
it's created enough conversation for us to have a conversation.
Absolutely. And you know what?
So
read
they did their job.
Read the fucking book.
They
read
did
the book. Okay?
they did their job. Whether
Yeah.
the movie sucked or not, people are still talking about it.
It's adequate, and it's competent in its editing and directing and all that. So, but you know what I say? Don't worry about the movie. Read the fucking book. All right, that was Sleeping with the Enemy, 1991, directed by Joseph Rubin. If you want to get a hold of us, send an email to flicksanddicks@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing, and shoot us an email on a movie you would like us to talk about.
We want to thank our Twitter followers out there. We really appreciate you guys. Those numbers are growing. Keep listening. Don't listen in groups. We want you to listen individually so the numbers grow and grow.
Yes, it's all about the numbers. People, please do not make this efficient. No, hey, big thanks out to all of those followers out there. You know you're going to get your money's worth here. Be sure to check out our other podcasts on YouTube and iTunes, keyword Flicks and Dicks. Just one more plug of our proud and prominent sponsor, recycle-bikeparts.com. Check out their eBay store at stores.ebay.com/TN89321.
The comic book lady.
Oh, the comic book lady. Hey, yeah, if you're listening, hey, thanks for that retweet. That was awesome.
What is her store?
I have no idea. I didn't
What
pay
the
that much attention to it. Jesus Christ, I'm just doing the outro.
You thought she was just coddling you, huh?
She was coddling me. Yeah, that's right. All the content that she's providing on that stream, yeah. Don't forget to check out our mailbag episode.
Not anymore.
You gotta cut that out.
Oh my God! I gotta get to this outro. What the fuck?
You left off at Plug in the Bike Shop.
I'm plugging the bike shop. Hey, you know what? Don't forget to check out our most prominent sponsor, recycle-bikeparts.com. All right. Tell us what you think. You just might get your email read on the air. Tell us what we should watch. Tell us that you hate the show. Tell us that we suck.
Tell us something.
Tell us something. Tell us that we should crawl in a hole and die. But email it to flicksanddicks@gmail.com. Then stay cool.
I'm Mike.
I'm Lisa.
I'm a dick. Take it easy.